Welcome. The 1 hour you need to make money in the stock market. Let's get right into it. This week, we have already had some incredible success looking at our SPY Playmaker results. Again, remember, every week I gave you the 2 SPY options contracts. So you focus on 2 things and 2 things only. When you make these options trades, you execute and you get out. We break down the levels to show you exactly what the SPY is going to do based on bullish or bearish price action. We are going to do that again today, and you get those alerts if you are in the Discord. So again, you can get that at the bottom with our free stock market survival guide, or join the Discord through free access. The link is at the bottom. So let's get into it. We've got an unbelievable, that's Tesla. We're going to talk about that because we have earnings coming up here. But we're going to lead in with the SPY and talk about our 2 options trades today. I did not see how the daily closed, and I am not that pleased with this inverted hammer. That tells me that the bears are in control. So the question is, what do we do with this setup here? The bears are in control, and we don't know what to do. So let's first zoom out to just look at this chart. We have consistently gone up over time. The SPY continues to go. However, over the last, give or take, since June, right, we're on the daily charts, is showing us each day, we've seen a pretty strong move up with pretty strong support on decent volume. So the question is, why are we seeing such a weird print today? I think we are going to experience we're either going to experience a little bit of pain tomorrow or a little bit of a boom. I think it could be a little bit of both. I think that it's likely that we end up seeing the market strong, but I could see us going through a little bit of pain before we get there. So checking in with you guys right now. Type a 0 if you're bullish, type a 1 if you're bearish in the chat. Again, type a 0 if you're bullish, a 1 if you're bearish. Hit the chat. Again, a 0 if you're bullish, a 1 if you're bearish. Hit the chat. Oops. Sorry, I was trying to get this posted for you guys. Hello. I still didn't get any answers. A 0 if you're bullish, 1 if you're bearish. Bullish says Wavy Sports Cards. What's up, man? If you like sports cards, I don't even know Wavies, but I'm down. I love sports cards. So show that man some love. Babu Chris, how you living? Bullish or bearish? I'm not going to continue until you guys answer me. This is a fun exercise, and we're going to do it together. Bearishly clueless. Here's something else. All right. Let's get into it. Let's go back to the SPY. All right. So here we are now. We'll give you a quick recap of our trades from last week. So the SPY Playmaker Pro last week produced yet again the 622 put hit target 1 for 25% return that made you $100. The 622 put also hit our second target for a 87.5% return. You would have made $350. The 626 calls also paid, hitting our first target at plus 17%. That put $75 in your pocket. The second target was also hit for a plus 40%, which put another $175 in your pocket. So in total, if you took the bullish and the bearish side of this trade one time, you could have produced a $500 return, which is what? A 60% average return if you took the two trades. So that was for the SPY Playmaker Pro. Again, if you'd like to get that, I can give you the link to that. If it's in here, I think it is. Porter, do we have a banner for that? To pop the link in there when you get that on a banner. It's just pbalerts.com/SPY Playmaker. I'll put the link right here. So if you're in the Discord and you have premium access and you're trading with us, you already have the link. So do not panic. You are already getting these. I'm going to break down the levels for you, and then we're going to keep moving. So let's make this a little bit bigger here. So again, the Bears won out today, and we need to take that into consideration when we look at what's the next trade. So the good thing is we fell right to trend. So we have a very clear point in time. We can create a cutoff point and break this. So I'm going to start off as a bull only because we are above trend. I'm a bear right now, but the bullish trade takes precedence because the setup warrants it. Does everyone see why that's important? As I just said, it's not how I actually feel, but the setup is telling me that is truth. Does everyone understand why that's important? This is one of the more important things I'm going to talk about on this stream. So I'd encourage you to really hear what I'm saying right now about this. I like the bearish setup better. I'm more of a bear at the moment in the short term, but the bullish setup takes precedence because we have held trend. When we respect the trend, then we trade the trend. When we buck the trend, we trade the counter. So let me ask you guys this. This trend line dates back to March of 2025. Make this a little bigger for you. And was our functional resistance until July of this year. It flipped over and it became support. So are we at an opportune time right here? If this is our trend line, are we at an opportune buying moment if we're going to continue to trade the trend? Type a yes or a no, a Y or an N in the chat. We got some great comments. Pookie, the chart's going to be 100%, was going to be right 100% of the time. Our feelings will not be. That is extremely accurate. That is 100% accurate. So again, the chart tells you the truth. You're the one that comes up with the lie. When it's bouncing right on the trend line and I say I'm going bearish first, that's me deciding to throw my money in the garbage. Now, if it breaks the trend line, we are going to capitalize with the bearish trade, and that's the one that I think has more upside, has more profit opportunity. Sam, is there still long-term massive growth for the S&P 500? Yes. I mean, the U.S. economy if the U.S. economy dies, then I don't see that would shake up the entire world, right? Because the United States is always kind of setting the pace financially for what's going on in the rest of the world and is, above all else, going to set the consumer trends. So you don't have Apple without the United States, right? Like some of the heaviest and most expensive, most quality companies that are in the S&P, you only have because of their American captive market. So you can kind of look at that as long as Americans have children and import and immigrate people, America will be fine because it has already built up the audience, the consumer base, and then now it's built the tech infrastructure and the prominence behind it that I don't see in a world in which the S&P doesn't continue to grow over the 20, 30-year span. So to answer your question, yes. But I will also tell you this, Sam, there are far better opportunities than parking my money in the S&P right now. And that's the ticket, right? Is finding the hidden growth opportunity that's going to yield a 24% with the same amount of risk. So basically look at it this way, you guys. If someone comes up to you and says, hey, I have two two services for you, two haircut styles, right? And they say that this one haircut style is okay, and you look kinda. We can match the picture you brought us about 50%, and the haircut's $20. You go to this other guy, and he goes, "Hey, I can match the picture 80%, and the haircut's going to be $21." So it's $1 more, but it's going to be much more of the haircut you want. So the question is that $1 of additional cost or risk worth it to try the guy number 2 instead of guy number 1, right? If I go to barber 2, not barber 1, I'm spending an extra dollar, but I'm getting a lot more of the haircut I actually want. Same is true here. You can put your money in the S&P and it'll appreciate over the long term. The question is how much and what are you willing to pay for that? And those are the kind of questions that no one's asking. They're not asking their advisor. They're not asking their teachers. They're asking because they don't want you to ask that question. The minute you start asking the question of where's the most intelligent and risk-averse place to park my money, and you can find opportunities that have both outsized growth and well-defined risk, you are going to be the top 10%. Absolutely. But the key is in the research and getting those small cap picks early so that you win, right? So like, look, for example, Rocket Lab is exploding right now. Everybody remembers Shai and I were talking about this stock, Rocket Lab. This was our projected target was $33. We projected a 799% increase. That's on a live stream. Porter, we should also clip that out where we actually called that target. Look where it hit. Does everybody see that? Look at that. Bang. Resistance to the letter. Like we're off by like 4 or 5 cents. That's amazing. But again, these small cap trades that have a ton of opportunity, but are underserved, undervalued, or not understood. This is the kind of stuff that we look for and that we find. So like the Rest and Retire newsletter we put out 3 times a month. They are hidden growth opportunity stocks. So quality names that we think will outperform the general indices, but are also not going to be risky. You're not investing in random small cap biotechs or tech firms. You're buying real companies with solid foundations of business. They just happen to be better positioned than the S&P. So we focus on the 3 picks a month. That portfolio has outperformed the S&P by over 50% a year for the past 4 years. So I know it's better. So again, to sum this up for Sam's question, yes, I think the S&P will just continue. But I think there are far greater, shorter time frame and greater opportunities in the market than just the S&P. Babu, Chris, D-Mac, those are my guys, dude. They're really doing it. They brought in some big dogs. One of my favorite clients. So this one's absolutely boomed. We've gone 364 to $5. As you can see here, this is our upper trend channel. So I'm just following this. In my opinion, the upside could be probably anywhere along this trend line over the next, 6 months. Again, we set our targets where we set them on purpose. You'll notice, look at 450. That was a critical take profit level, and we've held just above that, which is good. But this one has pretty much clipped all of my internal targets of what I really expected to see. I didn't think we'd see $5 as soon. Very excited we did. So that does change things. So original analysis was that we would see a move very similar to what we saw here, puts us at about $4.50. Clearly we did that. We're trading right at about that level now. So I think how today and tomorrow print is going to define, I think, where we go. We do have some huge volume coming in here, though. So remember, that's huge volume compared to the last couple of years. This could be interesting. So good question. What kind of fallout do you see from FINRA potentially removing the PDT rule to compete with crypto? Oh, I did not know that. That would be terrible for society. So the PDT day trade rule is meant to help you, not hurt you, and also to prevent huge losses on the market maker and brokerage's behalf. They're protecting themselves. Don't get it twisted. But there is a component in there to protect you. which is that if you're trading with less than $25,000, they consider you to be a non-seasoned investor with low liquidity that they're not willing to take any risk on as a brokerage. So they don't give you a lot of buying power or margin. I think if they remove it, people are going to lose money so much more quickly. So if you've ever caught yourself taking high risk day trades because of some social media post from someone you don't even know and have not followed for a long period of time enough to say they're good, you shouldn't be doing it. I won't even get on a call. We get analysts because our server is exclusive. We get analysts all the time. Hey, I want to be in your server. They want to be the first. They want to be in there. We won't even get on the phone unless there's a multiple year P&L that I can validate. Because I don't give a shit what you can do on a Monday morning at 5 p.m. I want to know what is the culmination of Monday mornings and swing trades and long-term picks, and how has that fared for you? And if you're doing well and you're making money, we'll have that conversation. You can prove it. But there's a lot of gurus, like furu gurus out there that post a lot of like trade ideas and shit they just steal from other people. But they're too broke to even trade themselves. They don't even got the money to trade themselves, and they can't. So, yeah. So, Sam, that's a great question. I would definitely default to Pookie's answer, and I don't want to take up the stream doing that. But yes, those are tracked, and those are easy to validate. Derek Phillips, MVTS doing big things with the video. Thoughts? MVTS was a banger. So this was one that unfortunately I missed out on. But Porta is another one for a live stream clip. You can see this green line here, $1.85. We called that one out at $2. It's at $8.90 now. I didn't hold because they flushed me out, but we were right initially. It was a great call out. This one's booming. The chart looks like it's getting a little pushback here. This stock struggles over $7. So I would just watch and wait because I think this is going to come back down to $6.75. More than likely, I think you'll see NVTS back down at $6.75. Worst case scenario, $4, hopefully, in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So it's not one that right now I love as a buy. I loved it as a buy when we were buying it at $2. But that was a great question. That's a good one. It's a banger. Sam, great question. So yes, again, I'm not going to say shit that I can't back up with a validated P&L or proof. So yep. All right. Let's keep it moving. Let's get over to Tesla. We had huge earnings. We got right off the SPY. So excuse me, let me wrap that up. So again, for the SPY, we're going to keep this very simple. The levels I like are this trend line right here. There's one level I'm focusing on, and it's this trend line right here. If you don't know how to chart and you want these charts, I publish them. You can just go follow Penny Boys on TradingView. You can have an account for free. You can go follow the account every time we publish new charts. That means you could open up the chart tomorrow, and when the chart is trading, you can have my analysis on your chart while you're trading it. Does that make sense? Type a 0 if you understand what I'm saying, and a 1 if you do not. Preferably those of you that are new. I know we have a lot of locals that are always showing up, hanging out. They're the best. I want to hear from some of you that have never attended one of these before, that have not joined the Discord. You haven't spoken to us. What's going on? 0 or 1? 0 if you understand the concept I'm explaining of this singular trend line and why it's the only thing that matters. And B, if you understand that I'm telling you that you can go get this chart and download it and follow a lot of these picks for free. Is that clear? That you can go follow this, and I will publish this chart with these levels, and you can watch it live after you come to the stream, if that makes sense. So 0 if you get it, 1 if you don't. 0, 1. 21. How many of you are here from Twitter? Are you guys able to comment on the Twitter live stream? It says we got like 200 people from there, 250. So make sure you guys can actually comment on here and we see it. Oh, it does show up. Cool. Hell yeah. All right. So again, if you're on Twitter, feel free to drop your comments. We are going to be going through charts in a little bit where you get to submit your tickers and we go through them. So keep that in mind. Get some tickers at the top of your mind. Only post one per comment, but feel free to leave 20. We're not going to do that quite yet. We're going to have 5:30, so get those locked and loaded. Then post them then. So for the SPY, again, I'm going to publish this chart. Just go follow the Penny Boys Trading View account. You'll get this chart. It'll show you the trend lines. You can watch it tomorrow to determine whether we're bullish or bearish. I'm going to publish both the bullish exact options contract I'm going to trade and when, along with the exact both sides of roll that back. I am going to be giving you the exact SPY options trade on the bullish and the bearish side that I will take when we interact with this trend line, so that all you need to do is look at this bar, and when it hits the trend line, I'll give you the direction of what to do. When it breaks the trend line, I'll give you the direction of what I'd do. If it holds and stays, we'll give you the direction of what we would do. If it bounces and skyrockets, we'll give you the direction of what we would do. The point is, we give you the material, we give you the research, and then the execution kind of instruction guide. And you should be able to just kind of copy and boom, 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 boom. Again, remember, these trades from last week produced a 25% return, 87.5% return, 17% return, and 40% return with two options contracts. Yeah, as he said it. I'm sharing you exactly what I'm doing, and I'm giving you my game plan before I even start playing the game because it works that well. My thinking is go make money, and then next year when we do our live Traders Paradise event, come to it. Let me make you enough money to come to our live trading conference. That would be fun. Or join the Discord. That's free. You do that for free. But my goal is just to make you guys money. I make good money. I want to make you guys money. I'll feel like a really awesome person if we do that together. So the only thing I ask of you, just share it when it's working and something helps you and you make some money and you have a win. Share it. Share it and tag me. Helps me keep going. Helps me give a shit. Because when you know that the people on the other side of the screen are really getting something from it, it makes it a lot easier to give everything to it. All I want is for you guys to be successful. I don't give a shit if I don't know you. I don't care. I don't care if you're in the Discord. I don't care if you pay us. I don't care about any of that. You should all be learning this. Everyone should have it, and it should benefit you. If it's not, let's work on that. Right now, we're here. Why not? So that's the SPY. Again, if you have Options Playmaker Pro, very easy to follow. I give you the exact options contracts, exactly when I'm trading them, exactly why I'm trading them, and exactly what I expect to get. And then I publish the chart so you know exactly what level to look at while you're trading. Who would have thought it was that easy? Hopefully Porter can post the link one more time in the chat for everybody. I did see it up there. Again, I'm going to put the link right there. If you want to get it, it's like $4 a month. Again, the point was to make it so affordable that anybody could have it, and you can. So let's move on over to Tesla. We got some big earnings this week. We got a lot riding on this, and I know everyone is a little bit antsy. Tesla shareholders have not felt the highest degree of confidence, even though Elon has come back and supposedly committed himself to Tesla. I really thought there was going to be more subsidy and more action on the political front. We did not see it. Clearly, they couldn't meet eye to eye to figure something out there. We have a very, very singular focus with Tesla. Again, we've talked about this one at length. I'm not going to do that again today. I just want to zoom out to show you that last week we walked through how you DCA into an extremely quality name at the right times and have it all mapped out ahead of time. So imagine if you really love a company, you really, really, really love a stock, you love it, and you want to know when would be the most intelligent and advantageous price levels to buy more of that stock. because you don't want to be buying it when it's blowing up and then it comes down 30%. Now you're looking at a red port. It's no fun. You want to buy the bottom, sell the top. Jordan Belfort tried to tell everyone you buy low, sell high. It's that simple because it is. So imagine if you ahead of time had a treasure map, basically, of exactly when the best times and prices to buy your favorite stock. And it was all mapped out for you so much so you could automate it. You could go put the orders in 15 minutes and not look at your portfolio again. And in 10 years, have exactly as much of the quality stock you wanted. And it's up tons of percent, right? You get the point. Last week, I showed you how we did it. Today, I'm going to explain to you why it matters. Look at last week is what we do. This is why it matters. Excuse me. So the last time Tesla ran in January of 2021, back to almost to $300, we came down to 193. That was our first support level. We knew that because it was our previous resistance. So we buy more. And then we basically almost 50% our money, 20, 35 to 40%. So we put in $100. We just made 40 on the way up. We now got 50% more money. And then we come back down. Doesn't quite hit our buy, so we don't buy. Runs again, comes down. Doesn't quite hit our buying level, so we don't do anything. Why? Because when we went into this trade, so now we're doing the replay, okay? So when we went into this trade, okay, when we went into this trade, we knew that we were willing and ready to buy at 196. Here's why we want to make sure we do that. So here's our 196. We got our buy, okay. Oh, sorry, I could do the same thing we did last time. That'll be really good. So, all right. Imagine a world where we're time traveling back to 2021. Tesla is trading at 287. This thing is exploding. You missed the trade. You are furious. You didn't catch the Tesla trade. You saw on CNBC at 140. It looks good. Your buddy said, "Hey, I bought Tesla at 150 a share." You didn't want to listen. You didn't see the vision, right? So then it just explodes. Stock doubles, and you're like, "Oh my God, I can't miss this if it keeps going." But where do I buy? Right? This is why this matters to you. If you don't know the appropriate levels, here's what will happen. You do one of two things. You buy the top and you get screwed. So you buy here and then screw yourself. Because you bought the top. I don't know what flatten means, but go ahead. And now you know, okay, every time I hit this level, and this, we're gonna full screen. We're not full screen, but I want to give everyone a second to focus in on this part. This is entirely about you. This is entirely about your emotional perspective as much as this is about your approach to the strategies. Making money in the stock market is very easy. It's very scalable, and it's not that complicated if it were done by a machine. Now, you are a machine, but you're also a person. So you have flaws, inadequacies, projections. Maybe you grew up without money. Maybe that's a very sensitive and sore subject. Maybe you didn't know where your next meal was coming from. Your approach to money is going to be different than mine because I didn't grow up like that. Now, you could have a really healthy or a really unhealthy relationship to money. Those with an unhealthy relationship will never have a lot of it. Those with a healthy one can produce as much as they want of it within reason. Because money is just energy and it moves from person to person. And through that, we create community. We exchange goods and services with each other at a price we both agree on, or we wouldn't be doing it. So the question is, it's not just about your contribution to society. It's as much about how do you view yourself, your contribution to society, and your wallet. Because when stocks like this that you love and you want to buy every time it hits a certain level are dumping and the market's red and they get on the news and they start talking about war and all this other stuff, answer me honestly. So if there's another COVID, there's a war, an attack on the Pentagon, something crazy happens, right? And Tesla starts selling off hard like it is right here, right? Look at this. Those are some big red days. So again, imagine Tesla's just completely selling off. War, all these other oppositional factors. Do you really think without a defined plan and a clear understanding of what you intend to do with the stock, do you think if you don't have all that ahead of time, do you think you're going to have the stones to be buying more Tesla when it broke through support at 195, right? This is support. 134 or something. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, 195 is support, which means breaking 195 could have sent us back to 135. But because you understand your valuation of Tesla is 1,000 a share, you want to double your money, which means you're willing to buy Tesla shares as high as 500 a share. And you're willing to wait 6 months or a year to realize your appreciation. If you have that plan in place, you will execute it like a champ. If you don't, you will do what I would do or anyone would do. I have made money trading for a long time, and I'll tell you, I would have made the same mistake. I would have found a reason to panic and convince myself that it's not a good decision. The market's falling apart. We just announced we're going to war. This is happening. That's happening. This is happening. The market's selling off, blah, blah, blah. I will be panicking, not thinking pragmatically, because that's how you are trained to react to distress. Because it's advantageous to corporate America for you to be a trained animal that reacts in a controlled way. Even if your reaction is negative, they can control it so they can live with it. And then they take those behaviors and they turn them into a consumer product that solves that issue. So they create hardship in you so that you feel uncomfortable. You feel frustrated, maybe angry. So you go buy a product in the hopes that makes your life a little bit better. Surprise, surprise. The same person who fucked up your day is the same one trying to sell you a can of snake oil to fix it. Again, the same person fucking up your day is the one trying to sell you the solution to fixing it. Keep that in mind. If you take this seriously and you decide, I'm going to use the stock market, I'm going to use it right now. I want to take advantage of it. I want to use it. Be a leech. Use it for what it's worth. Extract. Then you have to go into it understanding, here's how much I need to make for this to work. When you get a job, you don't accept the job if they say, hey, we'll talk about the pay in 6 months. Can you accept a job where they say, we'll talk about the pay in next year? Or today it'll be $5, tomorrow it'll be $1. You wouldn't take that job. Just so much as you wouldn't take that trade, right? And I hope this blows your fucking minds. Wouldn't take that trade, right? You look at the trade, it's offering you a very, very small reward for a large amount of risk. It's the same thing as the job saying, hey, this is going to be 80 hours a week. Some weeks we might not pay you. You're not taking that job. So if you're not taking that job, why would you take that trade? Because that's what it is. It's a job. So type a 0 if you've taken the bad job, the bad trade, the bad deal. Type 1 if you haven't. So 0, yeah, I've taken the bad trade. I get it. I get what you're saying. 1, I haven't done it, and I don't get what you're talking about. So if you're following, yeah, just leave it that way. If you've experienced it before, 0. If you haven't, 1. Have you caught yourself taking a bad deal, a bad trade? And it also counts if you had no idea what the risk or the reward was. That also counts, because that's never a job you want to take. You're accepting a job, they could move you to a different country and pay you nothing, and you're signing it ahead of time. Okay, we got some zeros here. Good, from some new faces. Charlie, what up with you? Mr. Crisp. Adrian, what up, baby? We got Kev K. We got the dude in here. I hope that neck is cooking, my friend. Let's give a little love to my man, the dude. He's going through right now. Had a surgery. He's laid up. He can't move. Let's bump him in the chat. Chat. Let's give him some love. Let's give my man Kev some love. Let's share some love here. Some good wishes, some love. Because I want to say it was. I think he had a neck surgery. Craig's pretty serious. So let's show some love for our man, the dude here. He's still showing up for the stream, even though he's bedridden and locked in the bed. I know, but we love you and we appreciate you. And I want you to know that. I want to confront you. I want you to accept our love. We will force it upon you. You will accept our good wishes. You will accept our good wishes, Kev. I don't want to hear anything else. But for real, it's a big deal. We love you, dude. Be thinking about you. You'll be fine. All right. Well, let's go ahead and drop those tickers in the chat here in the next minute. I'm going to wrap this up while you guys are typing those in the chat. Again, we are talking about the why this matters. So again, when the stock market's selling off and you're in the stock you like is in a free fall and you're panicking, you are not going to be disciplined enough to buy this stock when it's at 183 because it was supposed to be at 195. When you have these huge drawdowns, that's inefficiency. You need to take advantage of that, not run from that. But you're not going to do that unless you understand this system, right? Until you go into the trade with this determined ahead of time. So if you had done that, right? And you buy 10. Again, as yesterday, as I explained, and you find yourself in a situation where you need a little bit of cash, there's nothing stopping you from extracting the $440 in cash this has produced for you. You can simply sell 2 shares to get all your money back in cash and leave 8 shares, $1,600 worth of Tesla at this moment. You can leave that in the market to continue to grow while you cashed out to pay a little bit of rent. So the point of this is to help you understand why this matters to you, or should. More so, it should kind of highlight to you like, oh shit, I had no idea. I need to actually start somewhere and with a structure. Again, bottom of the screen, it's a guide. You don't have to talk to anyone. Just read the guide and start there. It's free. We don't ask anything. We don't spam you with shit. Just download the guide, start there, come back next week with questions about the guide. That's what this stream is for. So again, if you know what you're doing and you want to sell those 2 shares, bing, bang, boom. Now it's a little messed up because of what I did earlier, but basically you've made your money back, sell 5 shares, whatever. It keeps going. So look at that. Even though you sold half your shares and you put more than your money back in your pocket, because remember, you bought those 10 shares at 135. So you have $1,100 in this deal right now, in this trade. Or excuse me, so sorry. We were buying 195. So you have 5 shares at 195. It's currently trading at 360. Okay, so we originally put in $2,000. We sold 5 shares at 250. So $100 profit or $50 profit per share. Okay. So again, ways. Right at the bottom, you just go to the our WAP page, wap.com/PB alerts. Or you could join the Penny Boys Discord and we could just send it to you. Like giving people both options. You can get the Discord link from WAP as well, though. That's a great question. Just if you need anything else, just ask them. Just please comment. Ask. There's 4 or 5 of our staff in here. They can help you. But it's in the link at the bottom, or you can get in the Discord. So again, now you've put yourself in a position where your money is no longer tied up. You paid your rent. You still have skin in the game. You still have your 5 shares of Tesla. It has basically doubled since you bought it. And there's no risk on the table because you got all your money back. By selling those 5 shares, your initial capital, right? Now the idea is that you've sold them on the way up so that you've at least recaptured your money that you put into the trade to begin with. What's to stop you from doing that with 5 or 10 of the stocks that you know are going to continue to grow, right? Your Nvidias, your Googles, your Teslas, right? Like you just know. Nothing should be stopping you from doing that. Right now, it's you. You're the only thing that's stopping you from doing that. So get out of your own way because you deserve to make money. You deserve to use and abuse the stock market the same way that the rich and elite do. You deserve that. And you have that opportunity. This is how you take advantage of it. So that is why this matters. Better positioning, so you have more of an advantage and less risk. More flexibility. You could sell a little bit to get some cash to pay your rent, to cover the bill that you didn't expect from a hospital, whatever. And then 3, gives you a disciplined plan so that every time the stock that you know is going to just continue to grow, the company you believe in more than anything else, you have a clear and defined plan of how that company is going to make you money because you believed in that. Everybody loves giving belief. You guys need to understand what your belief is worth. Everybody who follows me has a value, right? Big business is leveraging you for themselves. Understand that your attention is valuable. I am honored that any of you are giving your attention to me to listen to this. That's an honor and a privilege. I'm lucky to have it. Give your attention to yourself. Give your focus to yourself. Stop letting them distract you. Stop. When you're distracted, you're a cash cow for somebody else. When you're focused, you're a cash cow for yourself. I'm going to say that again. When you're not focused, you are a cash cow for someone else. When you are 100% focused, you are a cash cow for yourself. Pick one. It's up to you. Smash or pass. Let's do it. Drop your tickers in the chat. Just the ticker, one at a time. Feel free to do 10. I don't care. Flood those comments. Flood them, flood them, flood them, flood them, flood them. Let's get right into it. So we're going to hit with Uber first. One of the Duck favorites. Classy opportunity. Looks like I've played this one out. Let's get rid of replay mode. All right. It has crushed our levels. So we shared with those members in the Discord that we liked Uber on the breakout over 50. That was the full fib retracement with extension, and the targets were 91, and then I think that's 130. Yeah, 135. So our members got the trade alert that we love Uber above 50. It's a breakout candidate. It broke out. It's now doubled. So congratulations. Congratulations. You got paid to follow the right shit. All right. Let's keep going. AIP. Is that? Oh. What do these guys do? Ooh. What do these guys do? Very, very interesting. There it is. So 84% on the upside if it happens. With a 25% stop loss. So you can give up 25 points to take 84. Is that going to meet the criteria? For all of you Penny Boys loyalists, does that meet my criteria? The risk is 25%. The reward is 84%. Does this meet my criteria? Come on, you guys know my come on. While we're waiting for that, so Jim, what specifically were you looking for with Tesla, my friend? It is 1 to 3. That's all I wanted to know, is that somebody's paying attention. So again, I will never take trades that risk more than $1 that don't pay me 3. So again, I know my time's worth, and I know that every one of my dollars is worth 3 more when it comes from my hands into the market. If it's not worth that, I'm not doing it. Again, think of this as you bidding on jobs. If the job's saying, hey, I might pay $50 or I could cost you $50, that's not a job you want to take. If you see a job that says, hey, we're going to pay a minimum of 150, but bad example, but hopefully you get the point. So yes, it meets the risk reward. I actually like it. I don't know anything about the company, so it'd be important to figure out what they do, because I have no idea. I just say from the charts perspective, and then breaking this down into a trade that fits the criteria I care about, it works. So it gets a smash. Kotogo Joseph and Vet. Don't see it, my friend. Does not exist. NPWR. What is that? Net power. Oh, you got a bunch of these charts. Oh, that gap fill, that would get me. Well, that's juicy. Oh, that's juicy. You be finding these. Are these from the stock fetcher screener, Poogie? Are these from my screener? I'm starting to see a pattern here. So again, would this meet my risk reward? 124 on the upside, 26% on the downside. That would be the max risk. Does this meet the criteria? If the answer is 0, answer's yes, type of 0. If the answer is no, type of 1. 0 for yes, 0 for yes, 1 for no. 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 1 for no. Let's keep it cooking. NPWR is the one we just did. Okay. AMD for NATO. This one has been a banger. We had this one mapped out remember, this one was the breakout at 100. We took this one right here. So this was our entry. I'm still holding a chunk of this long term. We took the breakout over 100 on the gap up. We were currently up 57%. I'm still holding. This is the long-term trend that I'm focused on. It is above that trend, and as long as that is occurring, I am smashing. So this would be one that I actually like as a buy for a for a momentum trade or a breakout over about 170 for momentum trade. And if we sell off down to this long-term trend support 150, I will also look at that as kind of an opportunity to re-enter the trade at 150 and ride that to 170, 200. So I actually like this trend line. Again, follow my account. I publish these charts. You don't have to go through and do all the analysis and the fib arcs and the trends. So you don't have to do any of that shit. We'll do it. We already do it. We're just posting it. So go follow, get access to that so you can get a taste. Google. I think this one's going to be in the same vein. Yeah, almost the same chart. So this is the only thing with Google that we bought this at, I'm a buyer at Google 120, I think, 130. I'm still holding, but, you know, it went to over 2. But this level is really spooky to me. So if we get rejected at 190, I would go short Google. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what I would do. Oh, Kobe Bryant, not cool, man. Oh, Jim asked what options we were. Yeah, we closed with that, Jim. Good call. Oh, VNet. That was what you're asking about. VNet. Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be a pass from me, my man. I'm not loving this right now. This is clear rejection. They brought in a bunch of liquidity and buyers, but sellers weren't done selling, so they're going to wash these buyers down to 540 or so, and then they're going to come back and buy again. So basically, they're going to short all the new buyers here, push it down to 5.6, buy back, and then it'll finally go. But after they've washed everyone out. So be very wary of that, please, with stocks like this. Okay. Oh, very interesting, but this chart is brutal. Yeah, no, pass. Till it's over 21 solid. I'm just not buying here. So buyers are just getting washed. Look at that. They're just getting washed. I don't like that. SEM. Oh, SEMrush. I actually have a bunch of this, and it's just only lost me money. But I will say, look at this. That to me is beautiful, and hopefully affords the opportunity to really capitalize here. And for those of you in the Discord, we'll talk about it privately there, but on the Friday stream this week, 2:30. So 3:30 Eastern Friday, all of our traders are live on the live stream to look at charts, answer questions, take some live trades. You have 5 pros sitting there accessible to you. Do not miss that stream. Again, go to the link at the bottom if you want to get your access the first 7 days or 14. It's either 7 or 14. Basically, the first at least 7 days are on us. After that, it is $40 a month for the coaching program. You have dedicated coach, runs coordinated sessions with you with course material, the live educational session, the actual trade materials, and then you get access to a couple of different events and live streams throughout the week. And the best of the best, which is our premium membership, you get access to your coach, and then you get all the streams, all the live trading. And then if you want to really make the most of your money, you become a lifetime member and you get access to the one-on-one mentorship sessions, which is where everything changes completely. So if you're looking at the one above you, that's kind of what I think the perk is of each of one. Again, the goal is that for no money, you can come here and learn enough to make money at the very least. That's our goal. That's what we will do as a team, as a culture, as a mission, whatever. But yeah, if you guys aren't in Lifetime and you consider it, I would say that's the only selling point is like, you're kind of agreeing to a fixed price. So you get like a kind of like a 50% coupon for life, and you get the sessions every year, one-on-one with your port. That's a big deal. Those one-on-one mentorship sessions are something else. But SEMrush, yeah, Tammy, I'm loving that. Was this Lakeland Industries? This chart looks potentially bottomed, but I don't know enough about this one. I'll just say pass so we can get through them. Now or Snow? ServiceNow is booming. So I think they're going to probably come soon with news of a forward split, and at which point this chart will sell off a little bit and I will become a buyer on the next round. This one is it's in the stage of creating opportunity for us. Now that we've discovered it, we just wait. And we've got a process internally that will notify me when it's ready, like out of the oven, and then I'll serve it to you in a nice little package. So you can grab a bite, have a delicious trade, make some money, and go about your day. So again, this trade is in the process of setting up for us. It is in the process of creating our opportunity. We're not panicking. We're not buying now. Well, it's way above the trend line, but I don't want to miss it. There's nothing to miss. There is no opportunity here yet. It is cooking for us. So now we just need to check on it every couple days. Lancian. That's actually super interesting. As long as it's not below 182, I think this is real interesting. So I'm going to give you a smash there above 182, buddy. But that chart is a little dicey. Whoa, no way. This is in blue sky breakout now. So I would just say this. Anything above 13 is good, but I wouldn't buy it here. I'd wait till it comes down to 13 or so. I would also say look at where IPO sellers got washed out, or IPO buyers got washed out, and notice how they're not now. So I would then, like, if I wanted to trade this now, I would look at $16 as my stop loss. Like, I'd buy it here. I'd have my stop loss below 16 bucks. And I think you could just pretty much target like this range move, which confirms what I said, keeps you so above 1640. This trade is valid. Aim for 20. Bang, bang. That's exactly what I'd do on this. Over 1650, aim for 20. So to wrap this up and give Jim what he wanted, Tesla is cooking. This earnings is going to paint a little bit of a clearer picture here. Remember, we've got our two zones. The one thing we don't want to do is be betting too much on the bullish opportunity now, as far as the options are concerned, because earnings is going to be so volatile. I wouldn't even trade options around it. I would maybe buy equity off 300, but even then it's dicey. I am not a fan of earnings options trades. I'll trade Tesla's earnings in a year and a half. So I'll trade Tesla earnings 6 quarters from now. I will start to trade now in anticipation of that earnings then. Does that make sense, Jim? I hope that helps. If you're in the Discord, I can explain it at length. It's just the chat room we're all trading in every day. It's a lot easier to go back and forth there. All right. One last is Roblox. This thing is absolutely boomed. I learned so much about Roblox, taking my kid and his friends to on a long car ride the other day, that Roblox is basically, and this is my initial thesis, they basically built a microeconomy inside a macroeconomy. And I love that model because it's fucking genius. They've created a fun place where people want to come build stuff. I'm so disappointed that I didn't buy this at 50. This is one of my greatest regrets because I saw it and I didn't act. So I want to close with this. I knew Roblox was going to go. I knew the thesis was golden. I didn't act. I want someone to tell me why. Why didn't I buy Roblox at 50 when I knew the shit was going to go? When I knew this chart was going to explode, why didn't I buy this stock at 50 before I knew this was going to explode? I told you guys already the answer. Let's see who can pick up on it. Why didn't I buy it? I'm kicking myself. What a regret. What was missing? I looked at the chart. I knew the company. I loved the levels. I did my research. I forgot to do one key thing. Type a 0 if you know what it is. Type a 1 if you don't. 0 if you know. 1 if you don't. And there it is. Mr. Crisp. If I had said to myself, if I had thoughtfully put this plan together, I would have known I wanted my buys clustered around $50. And I probably would have had them automated. And I would be up 100% now on a really brilliant trade idea. That was very plain as day to see for me. I saw this trade plain as day. Didn't act on it because I didn't put a plan together. So when the moment came, I panicked because I didn't have instructions. What I'm telling you is this link right here, these are your instructions. That's what to do. I just explained why it matters. And I think you should come join us in the Discord to understand how it actually works. So we can get in there and teach you and invest in you. So again, thank you all for being here every week, 6 Eastern. If you're around this Thursday, you must, and this is a must-have. I can't stress it enough. Mr. Stock Lock Profits, aka Mad Maverick, is going to have a live stream coming up on Thursday. If you need the info, please leave a comment. Love y'all. Stay blessed now. Bye-bye.